Thank you very much indeed. Well, it gives me a great pleasure, everyone, to be able to formally introduce to the National Policing Summit James Cleverly, our new Home Secretary. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good morning. Yes, it is still good morning to you all. Thank you for allowing me to inject myself into your proceedings. Chris Philp, the Policing Minister, spoke to you yesterday, and much of the detail of the policy he will have run through with you. I look around the room and I see a number of people who I recognise. I think I'm a familiar face to a number of you, and that's not just because of a wayward childhood in Lewisham. A number of you I have met, or you will have met me when I previously served on the Metropolitan Police Authority during my time in London government, and you will know that, those of you who have worked with me before, you will know the importance that I place on effective operational policing and on the effective oversight and leadership through the Police and Crime Commissioners. So it is a genuine pleasure to be here addressing you so early in my tenure. This is not the speech I was expecting to give today. Much of the speech I was expecting to give had Ukrainian in it, but David Cameron is currently doing that. But this is a real pleasure. You will also perhaps know that I was chair of the London Fire and Emergency Planning Authority. So for those in the room who are involved in the fire service around the country, the police, crime and fire commissioners, thank you to the work that you do. We all recognise that these are very, very challenging times, not just the acute challenges of policing, public order, which I know has a ripple effect right across the country, and the pressure of public order policing will be felt not just in the capital, not just the Metropolitan Police, but widely across the country. But we're also very conscious of digitally enabled crime, putting new and evolving pressures on you and your officers and your forces and the communities that you serve. It is a challenging time, and at challenging and difficult times, it is absolutely paramount that we do everything we can to avoid the dissipation of energy. We want to work at maximum efficiency. We want to ensure that every hour, every penny is deployed in the service of the people that we are here to protect. And that is as true of the newest warranted officer, the newest member of staff in one of your force areas, the newest member of staff in the PCC's offices. Because the challenge never gets easier. It evolves and it gets harder. And that is why we need to work effectively together. And together is the key. That's the thing that I really wanted to put across in my short words to you today. We have a duty to the British people to work constructively, together, for their benefit. And I want you to know that it is as much as it is possible to have an open door policy when you are the Home Secretary, I want you to feel that you can speak with me and my team at the Foreign Office. I really hoped I was going to get through the rest of this speech without doing that. Old habits die hard. The ministerial team at the Home Office and my officials, I want you to know that we want to listen, that we want to ensure that you know that you will have an ear at the heart of government. It does not mean that we will always agree. It does not mean we can always respond to the precise requests that you have of us, but I want to know what you, what your officers, what your communities feel. And And for me, that is absolutely key. Because there is no such thing. I hate the phrase like minor crime. Because if you're on the receiving end of crime, none of it feels minor. We see the terrible situation with retail crime at the moment. I know, I think Chris spoke about that. Robbery, antisocial behavior. For the people who feel that, it hurts. And quite understandably, they want us to do something about it. So there is no such thing as minor crime. Everybody deserves the right to feel safe in their daily lives. But the sad truth of the matter is that we do have very, very serious criminal behavior that you also have to deal with. And as I said, much of that, as challenging as it ever was, is made more challenging because, for example, of the use of the internet and social media. These things also facilitate people trafficking, drug trafficking, county lines, and the public, quite rightly, expect us to deal with these things on their behalf, so they don't have to live in fear. And as things become more challenging, as things become inevitably more complex, I want you to know that I will back you when you take the action that you need to take. Of course, I will push you, I will cajole you, I will demand of you excellence in performance at every stage, because I know that that's very much the attitude you will want to apply to yourselves and your forces. But I also want you to know that I will back you when you do the right thing. And I want you to know that I will be critical if I think you need to be critical, but I will always attempt to do so professionally, calmly, directly, so that we always maintain that professional working relationship. And I think you can have a relationship that has challenge and demands excellence and professionalism without having to be in a relationship of conflict. The two are not inextricably linked. And that is why you will know, for those of you who have worked with me before, my instinct is always to praise in public, to criticize in private. And if your officers, if your staff respond to that style of working, I genuinely believe we can maximize the work that we do on behalf of the British people. And ultimately, that is my aim. That is my aim. And so give me opportunities to champion success. Let me know about individuals or teams that should be celebrated. I want the people of this country to see when you and your teams do well. I want to share in your success. This is an important part of the confidence that we need to build in the policing of this country. I could go on, but I won't. I'm going to finish quite simply by once again saying thank you. I know in policing, thanks is a bit of a rarity, doesn't come often enough, but I want to thank you. I want to thank all those officers, all those members of staff who put themselves in challenging situations, often in danger, not for their own benefit, but for the benefit of the communities that they serve. And I want you to pass on to them my gratitude for the work that they are doing, and I want you to accept my thanks for the work that you do, making UK policing unique. And one of the privileges of my old job as Foreign Secretary is you get to look back at your own country through the eyes of people around the world. And particularly when I see how policing happens in other parts of the world, when you come back, you look at our wonderful model, policing by consent, largely unarmed. It is a bright beacon internationally of effective policing. It's something that needs to be celebrated, championed and protected. I will seek to do that with your help. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much.